I just love how passionate people are about sailing here. It doesn't matter if it's blowing 5 knots or 30 knots, there's always someone in the water. From people on their small sailboat or giant barges or kite surfers. It's actually pretty cool because a lot of places in the past we would often be the only ones with our sails up. So it's nice to finally be in a place where everyone just loves to actually sail.
You want me to give you a hand? One of the sailing kids capsized his boat. He can't quite get it up, so I'm gonna go help him, give him a pull.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah, it's already free, huh? Never a dull day on the water.
No, he got it though.
Yeah, the problem was that, so he went over, and on those little boats that's common, right? But what happened was his mast went down, and since it's only 6 feet deep, his mast got stuck in the mud. So like, no matter how much leverage we put on it, there was no way we were gonna get it back up.
So you have to tow it?
No, so we had to like rotate it around, and then so it would kind of like, the wind would suck the top of the mast out of the mud, and then it came up, but the top of the mast had so much mud on it, it flipped right back over again. So then we had to get it up again. We have a foot of water underneath our boat, so the mast just went and stuck into the mud.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's up now. It's hard to flip one of those boats up the first time, but he'd already done it a few times, and then it was like super stuck. He was exhausted by the time we got there, but he was a trooper. At least it's fresh water.
Yeah, right. Good morning, everyone. Today is going to be so much fun. In every country we go to, we always try to meet up with our Uma Nation, and we usually have everyone over on the boat. We have some drinks, some sundowners, and everybody signs on the chalkboard. But here in the Netherlands, there are a lot of sailors, which means we have a lot of Romanians here. And there's no way we can have everybody aboard the mothership, but that doesn't mean we can't go sailing.
My name is Rutger, by the way. That's Jules, so if you need any help, you're the guys you need. Alright, crash course sailing. With this bit of information you can sail across the whole world. It's the only thing you're ever going to need to know about sailing. Imagine the wind is, right now the wind's coming from the front, but imagine the wind would come from the back. Would you think I go faster if the sail is all the way out? Like this, or if it's in the middle?
All the way out.
Yeah, exactly, because they've got that much surface versus that much surface of wind catching. So it's pretty easy to imagine you can travel with the wind. Long story short, the more the wind comes from the front, the more you want to pull in your sail. The more the wind comes from the back, the more you want to open it up. Anything in between, sail also in between. Okay. Pretty basic. If you go faster than you like to go, you don't know what to do, or if one wheel comes off the ground. Let go of the rope and you keep steering. Sounds pretty simple, but there's somehow it's in our nature to go like this, which is bound to get you in trouble. So as soon as you feel one wheel coming off the ground, simply let the rope go and you should land back on 3 wheels again. Should come to a stop somewhere in this area roughly. If not, that's what the bumpers are for.
Until the small boat come around. Right.
Yeah, even back. Get back into your seat, because then it looks more professional and
I can't look like a newbie. I have to look like I know what I'm doing. Oh boy.
Alright, you ready?
Alright, let's
Start to
turn.
the left.
You know I'm a heathen. Still got some moments to break. My drink got me leaning. You about to make a mistake.
Here we go. Yeah.
I'm so far gone, bad luck done on. I won't do anyone in my way. These chemicals give me bad reactions. Burn it down to the ashes. Fan the flame until it catches. Fire's rising in the blackness. Burn it down to the ashes. I never the vengeance. Now you to behave. Get up in my business. Put you down in the grave. I'm so far gone, bad blood turned on. I burn to anyone in my way. I'm about to bury my hatches, so pick up the plush in your casket. These chemicals give me bad reactions. Burn it down to the ashes. Fan the flame until it catches. Fire's rising in the blackness. Burn it down to the darkness calling me. I feel the darkness calling me. Burn it down to the ashes. Fan the flame until it catches. Fire's rising in the blackness. Burn it down to the. Burn it down to
How long can you? This is just the cruising life. Floating our way around the track. Het is echt heel intuïtief. Ook zo hard.
Kiga, I apologize. That first one, you were ripping along. I'm like, dude, she's like a pro. And I turned down, I look up, and you're like in the sticks. Like, shit, that was my fault.
I want to go again.
It was super cool.
Meestal van me gezien. Ja, ik zal alsjeblieft zijn. Sailor icing and barbecue. Let's go.
Two years ago, we installed this VHF while we were in Florida. We got it secondhand and it was relatively new, but ever since we installed it, we haven't been super happy with how it's behaved. So a few weeks ago, BINGE sent us out a replacement VHF, and today I'm gonna install it. We even have one of these wireless handsets now, so we can take this out and use it out in the cockpit. So we'll be able to transmit like a full 25 watt signal, which means we'll have much clearer reception. So I don't have to modify it too much. The new radio is pretty close to the same size as that one, but it will require a little bit of rewiring and a little bit of cutting and sawing. Fortunately, I think Kika's not going to be able to work at the nav desk today. Get covered in sawdust.
Yeah.
Around your fingertips, I couldn't help it. Gave up all control. Never had.
It's gonna work?
Yeah. I think so. The old radio was like a tiny bit bigger up and down, but I think the new radio is gonna fit like just barely covering that. So I just have to take out a little bit on the sides. It's literally like maybe a millimeter bigger. It's crazy. Perfect. That went well. Now I just have to actually wire the thing and install the wireless handset. I think we're gonna put it right there. I think we're gonna be using this thing like 99.99% of the time. It's got a contactless charger in the back of it, and then it clicks in, and this handset speaks to this radio wirelessly. So it's kind of like having a handheld VHF, but you're broadcasting at 25 watts at the top of the mast. So the range is, you know, 25-30 miles, which is pretty slick. I think we're gonna be using the handset almost all the time. I'm not sure we're ever gonna be using the actual like handheld mic. Tiny one might be overkill, but need to trim like that right there. Groovy. Looks good. Fits well. Now it's time for a smoke test. Hey. Well, everything is installed and programmed. It's a little bit more of a learning curve with a fancy new radio than with the old ones where you just turn them on and they work. But this radio also has the distress button, so you can click that and send out a signal on the VHF network, and it'll ping anyone in the area and send out your location and say that you're in distress. We've also got AIS, so you can see other ships in the area and their call signs. So if one's getting close, you don't have to look on the screen and click on it on the chart plotter and try to find out which boat it is. It just tells you in order of proximity which boats are nearby. It also has digital selective calling. So if we know what the boat is and they also have DSC, we can call them directly and nobody else can hear our conversation, which is pretty nice. But I think my favorite part is the fact that we've got this wireless handset, so we can use this outside in the cockpit, and it basically mirrors the screen. So anything you do on the screen inside, it mirrors it on the wireless handset and vice versa. You can change channels, you can turn the volume up, watch AIS, and then this transmits through the radio, through the antenna at the top of the mast at the full 25 watts. So it's mobile and portable like a handheld radio, but it transmits at the power of a base station. So I think we're going to be using this thing a lot, especially on the cockpit, and it comes with a microphone as well. It also connects into our NEMA 2000 network, and since all of our other navigation electronics are BINGE, some of the functions are transferable into the chart plotter, which is pretty sweet. We were going to go do a bit of a radio test in the dinghy, but it's blowing 30 knots today, so that's just going to have to wait. Although we can hear people talking on the radio, but it's all in Dutch, so we have no idea what they're saying.
Oh, this is crazy. There's so much wind today. It's blowing like 25 to 30 knots, sometimes gusting all the way to 34 knots. But this is why we love our anchor, because we're not budging one bit. It is blowing hard today.
little different than yesterday when we were out sunshine paddleboarding.
Yeah, it's so crazy how different it was. Yesterday was warm and we were like paddleboarding around in the bay, and today it's just cold and windy and rainy and hailing. Today's an editing day and we're gonna be eating snacks for dinner. So why not?
Set for another week.
Well, we just came back from the marina around the corner and filled up our water jugs, and now we're gonna hop in a dinghy and head to the grocery store because we are a little bit low on food. But the good thing about Amsterdam is everything is on the water, so we can just take the dinghy to the grocery store. Getting barefoot again, as soon as it's warm.
Yeah, I love it. There's all these like commercial looking barges that have been converted into houseboats. We can park the dinghy on that side, walk over the dike, and the grocery store's right there. It's perfect. So maybe I carry like the 2 big bags and you carry the 3 little bags?
Yeah, I can carry this here. One.
It's like we're provisioning for a crossing across the lake. You got all that?
Yep.
Almost.
Whatever he said. Alrighty, well, our fridge is officially full. Our tanks are officially full. Our batteries are, they're okay. But we had an awesome time here in Durgadam. We enjoyed seeing everybody sailing. We enjoyed sailing with our patrons. And now we are ready to continue sailing through the Netherlands and onwards. So, with that said, this is my catchphrase. Wait, ready for catchphrase? See you next time, porcupine. Cheers! Wait, did I forget to say stuff?